Seawolves are coached by Ryan McCarthy. His associate head coach is Shayna Alboa. At forward number 10, a 5'10" sophomore from Daly City, California, Yasmin Gu. At forward number 11, a 6' senior from Kamaya, Idaho, Shelby Binder. At center, number 20, a 6'2" junior from Kodiak, Alaska, Hannah Wanderseed. At guard number 3, a 5'7" junior from Anchorage, Alaska, Tara Thompson. And at guard number 4, a 5'5" junior from Vallejo, California, Keon McNabb. And now fans, get on your feet for your Seattle Pacific University Falcons! The head coach of the Falcons is Julie Heisey, assisted by Mike Simonson, Susanna Olsen, and Sasha Anderson. At forward number 13, a 5'10" senior from Normandy Park, Jordan McPhee. At forward number 21, a 6' senior from Linden, Courtney Hollander. At center number 15, a 6' senior from Linwood, Julia Hayden. At guard number 10, a 5'8" senior from Sammamish, Rachel Shem. And at guard number 22, a 5'8" senior from Spokane, Lindsay Lee.
And a very good evening to you, everybody, and welcome into the campus of Seattle Pacific University one more time. Here at Royal Brome Pavilion, downtown Seattle. Tom Gianella here with you for this big GNAC women's basketball matchup between the SPU Falcons and the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. The Falcons come into this game 13-3 on the year, 7-2 in the GNAC. They have won 4 in a row and 5 out of 6. They've only trailed for 53 seconds in their last 4 games, and they're looking to keep up the success here against the Seawolves of Alaska Anchorage. For the Seawolves, they're number 4 in Division II in the polls, 16-1 overall, 9-0 in the GNAC. They've won 11 in a row against the SPU Falcons. And we get a steal here after the Falcons win the opening tip, but Lindsay Lee takes it right back after Cloninger got the steal for the Seawolves there, and she lays it in and makes it 2-0. Falcons on top early on. Falcons in the home white, and the Seawolves in the black. Seawolves attacking from right to left offensively in this first half, and the Falcons going from left to right, wearing the white. Shot for 3 here is going to rim out for number 11, Shelby Cloninger. But the Seawolves get it back, and the 3-point attempt by Gu is no good. But the Seawolves get it right back, and Gu was running with the basketball, took 3 steps before she threw up a running left-hand shot that was blocked by McPhee anyway. So the Falcons get the ball right back. Here comes Rachel Shim with the ball. For the Falcons on the floor right now, you have Rachel Shim, Jordan McPhee, Julia Haining, Courtney Hollander, Lindsay Lee. For the Seawolves, you have number 3, Tara Thompson, number 4, Keon McNair, number 10, Yasmin Gu. There's a layup for Hollander there, number 21 on the Falcons, number 11, Shelby Cloninger, and number 20, Hannah Wanderseed. Head coach of the Seawolves, Ryan McCarthy. Head coach for the Falcons, Julie Heisey. 4-0, Falcons lead it here early on in a game that I'm sure mean a lot to their program if they won. 3-pointer on the way up and good here from the left corner for Wanderseed. A 6'2" junior from Kodiak, Alaska, and it's 4-3. Falcons up by 1. Still early on here in the first quarter. Haining with the ball. Courtney Hollander with it. Lindsay Lee. Rachel Shim wearing number 10. Now Hollander 21. Shot, a little bit of a short fade from just beyond the paint. Up and good. 6-3. Falcons up by a tray. Here's Gu. Yasmin Gu. Right side, now heading back to the left. Gu passing to the right here, and it's Wanderseed to Thompson, to Gu, And Gu gets blocked away. Shim with the rejection inside. And now here comes the Falcons in transition. Bouncer to Hollander. Open mid-range. Look is good. Great start here for the Falcons in the first 2.5 minutes. They lead it 8-3. And the Seawolves have seen enough to the point where they want to call timeout. So a great start for this SPU team as they take on an Alaska Anchorage team that's won 33 straight GNAC games. Falcons lead at 8-3, and we're back in a moment. These are two of the top 3 teams in the GNAC going at it. Seawolves 9-0 in the GNAC. Falcons 7-2 along with Northwest Nazarene. And right now the Falcons on top by a score of 8-3 as Hannah Wandersea takes it. And they work it to the right. This is Tara Thompson. Now back to the middle. Roderica Ware in the game for the first time, wearing number 5, giving it to Sydney Stallworth, number 44. And that ball thrown out of bounds. Last touch off the Falcons. So the Seawolves keep it with 10 to shoot. Inbounds here going to Stallworth. Stallworth with 7, 6, 5, 4, comes in with 3, 2, comes in, throws it up, and that falls in. Officially for the Seawolves, Ware and Stallworth are in for McNair and Gu. And it's 8-5 as Stallworth hits the jumper. Falcons take a shot, no good with McPhee, but it's going to be Shim who corrals the loose ball. And now here is Haney. Hollander, a whistle here before Lee could get the kick out pass. She had a wide open look for 3, but they stop everything because of a foul. And now the Seawolves with a couple more subs. 14, Sala Lange in the game, along with 25, Tanae Voliva in for Wandersea and Cloninger. So now Falcons work it following the foul as McPhee misses on the layup. Foul that time was on Tara Thompson on the Seawolves. That's her first. And after McPhee misses the layup, we get a loose ball foul on the Falcons. It's going to be on Lindsay Lee, and that's her first. Team's first of the quarter as Riley Evans checks in for the Falcons. Inbounds coming up here. Evans checking in for Lee on the Falcons side. This is Stallworth with it, coming in against McPhee, and she lost the ball, and it's scooped up by Shim. Now she goes to Haining. Haining running in straight ahead, high off the glass, no good. And now we're going to get a tie-up, and the arrow this time favors Anchorage. So a lost opportunity in transition there for the Falcons as Erica Pagano checks in for Haney. So Pagano in for the first time, wearing number 30 for the Falcons. And the inbounds pass coming up here gets into the hands of Stallworth. Stallworth coming in against McPhee. 20 to shoot. And now she passes it out to Lange. Work it inside to Voliva. Someone touched the net and moved it, it looked like. No basket. We're going to get a foul on the Falcons, though. It's going to go on Riley Evans, and that's going to be her first, team second of the quarter. Will be a shooting foul here for Voliva. as the Seawolves try to get within 1. She shoots 2. First shot coming up for her, and it's going to be up and good. Shooting .583 from the free throw line, just 7-12 for the year is Voliva. Second free throw coming is going to be no good, and the rebound gets into the hands of Hollander. So it's a 1-for-2 trip to the charity stripe this time around for the Seawolves as Hollander gives it over to Shim. Shim finds McPhee, mid-range, up, rattles out, rebound into the hands of Voliva. And the ball stolen away by Shim as the Seawolves try to get something started in transition but couldn't do it. And now it's Shim passing left to Hollander. Hollander is going to find Shim. Shim heading to the right, tries to scoop it in, and she scores against Voliva inside. And it's now 10-6, Falcons by 4. Great start for them as Stallworth takes it. Against McPhee heading to the right. Kicks out, caught in the corner by Ware. Ware with 17 to shoot, kicks it out again to Stallworth. Stallworth biding her time. Only has 9 seconds to shoot though. This is Lange. Heading to the right, throws it up right hand, can't get lucky, ball tipped. It's loose, it's picked up in the corner by Thompson, ball out of bounds. Last touch off the Falcons, it looks like. Now a lot of substitutions coming in. 4 new players in for the Seawolves, 2 for the Falcons. We'll get them all to you as soon as we can. But basically a line change for the Seawolves on their end. Inbounds pass coming up here. Gets into the hands of Gu. Now a whistle here, and we're going to get an offensive foul. So we see for the Seawolves, you have McNair, Gu, Wandersee, Cloninger, Hurley all in for Thompson, Ware, Lange, Stallworth, and Voliva. So it's a full-on line change. And for the Falcons, you have Albert and Haining and Lee in for McPhee, Hollander, and Shim. As Wandersee's called for the foul on the Seawolves side. Her first, team second. The layup up and good for Pagano on the Falcons end of things. And the Falcons off to a great start, still up 12-6 over a Seawolf team that has won 33 straight in the GNAC, including 23 on the road. Falcons have also not won against the Seawolves in their last 11 tries, hoping to change that tonight against the number 4 team in Division 2. 5 to shoot here, whistle, and it's another turnover. It's going to be a foul here on the Seawolves. It's going to go on Wandersee, and that's going to be her second, team's third of the quarter. And Jordan McPhee re-enters the game here for the Falcons as Evans checks out. Got some substitutions to tell you about on the Seawolves side in a moment as well. As McPhee takes it across the timeline, gives it to Jaylee Albert in the game for the first time for the Falcons. Bounces it to Haining, throws it inside, it's tipped, but McPhee got it. Now into the corner, Albert for an open 3, rims out. Rebound tip, Haining had it. Now she has to struggle with it along the baseline, but she's fouled. For the Seawolves, you had Lange and Voliva check in for Cloninger and Wandersee. And for the Falcons, you had McPhee check in for Evans. And we get a foul here on Voliva, her first, team's 4th of the quarter. As that ball gets poked free, but it's into the hands of McPhee after Gu poked it away. And now here is McPhee, throws it up. Somehow it went in, but they're going to call it offensive. Offensive foul. Traveling is the call. No foul, just no basket. McPhee moved her feet a little bit too much, but that was so close to serendipity right there as Gu takes it. Gu going to the right, passes left to Hurley. Caitlin Hurley over to Gu. And now, thinking about the 3 was Lange. Now she comes in and she overshoots the basket. And we're going to get a foul here on the Seawolves, and that's number 5 on them. It's on Voliva, her second. And because it's a loose ball foul, I think this needs to be a free throw situation, and it will be. They'll head off to the other end, shoot 2 because of the bonus situation. with 3:09 to play first quarter. McPhee off to the line here. McPhee, the 5'10 senior from Normandy Park, Washington, and the first shot on the way is up and good for her. So the Falcons up by 7. Second shot on the way is up and good for McPhee. 14-6, Falcons by 8. Great first quarter for them so far. Gu with it. Right side against McPhee, coming in now. Gu feeds it to Lange. Passes right to Gu. Gu heads a step to the left, giving it to Hurley. Fakes the shot, now she gives it to Lange, and Lange comes in, throws it up right hand, no good, rims out, rebound tipped into the hands of McPhee. Outlet pass, caught by Lee, over to Haining. Haining straight ahead, can't lay it in. Rebound, Voliva, back the other way. And now here is Gu into the front court. Yasmin Gu almost lost the handle of it. Going against McPhee, maneuvers and lays it in with the right hand. 14-8, Falcons by 6. And now here is Albert. As the Seawolves get ready for another line change, they have 3 people, make it 4 people on the scores table, and now 5 people. And that one's stolen away from Pagano. McNair takes it away, and Keon McNair gets the easy left-hand layup to get the Seawolves within 4. Albert with the ball here. Over to McPhee, to Albert, to Lee, and now here is Haining. Out to McPhee, comes in, throws it up right hand, way short. Loose ball on the floor, and securing it is Lange. Little short outlet to McNair. McNair coming in, almost walked with the ball, and she did walk with the ball as she tried to get around the defender in front of her. So now the Seawolves will bring in 5 new players. You've got Thompson, Stallworth, Ware, Cloninger, and Wandersee in. So there's your line change for the Seawolves. And now here is Shim with it. Finds Albert. Albert, front court. For the Falcons, you also have Shim and Hollander in for McPhee and Pagano. And there's a steal here by Ware. Ware in the front court. She goes to the corner with Stallworth. Stallworth heading right. Passes from one corner to the other to Thompson. Now back out to Stallworth. Stallworth heading left. Now back to the middle. Coming in. Whistle here. And she walked with the ball. So the Falcons have it with 1:11 to play first quarter. And they'll inbound with Hollander. Hollander takes it from the middle of the SPU bench, and she goes to Albert. Jay Lee has it. Long pass, too long, out of bounds. Lindsay Lee needed to be about 2 feet taller to catch that one. As Evans checks in for the Falcons, Riley Evans in for Albert. And it's still 14-10. Falcons ahead. Very good first quarter for them. Here's Stallworth. Short handoff Cloninger. Now she goes to Thompson. Thompson heading left. Hands it off to Stallworth. Stallworth to Cloninger. Hands it off to Stallworth from one corner to the other. Going to Thompson. Mid-range. Up and good. Seawolves now within 2 after what's been a little bit of a rough first quarter for them. 14-12. Falcons have led for almost the entire period. Shim to Hollander. And now it's going to be Lee who passes to Evans. Perimeter shot. Good. Riley Evans hits that one. And that gets the Falcons, the assist to Lee right there. And that gets the Falcons up by 4, and Stallworth takes it. Shot clock is off. Seawolves can run it all the way down if they wish. Here's Cloninger. She's going to hand it off to, well, now it's Stallworth left corner. Now it's Stallworth who gets it back, and the shot for 3 not even close as she got it back from Wandersee. Quarter is over, and it was a good first quarter at that for the SPU Falcons. The home team up 16-12 as we head to quarter number 2 here in Royal Brome Pavilion, and we'll be back in a moment. Well, getting set to start quarter number 2 between the SPU Falcons and the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Right now the Falcon women playing great, up 16-12 over the number 4 team in Division 2. Courtney Hollander will inbound here for the Falcons to start it off. And the inbounds, Falcons still going from left to right on your screen. Seawolves still going from right to left. Falcons in the white, Seawolves in the black. Here is Haining. Kicks it out, Lee. Now she goes, Shim, shoots the 3. Got it to go in! Assist to Lee, and the Falcons lead it by 7. Stallworth with it now. Stallworth heading right, whistle. And this ball is going to be turned over. It's an offensive foul on the Seawolves. It's going to go on Cloninger, her first, and the first team foul of the half. Or first team foul of the quarter, excuse me, on the Seawolves. Now here's Shim. Over to Lee. Back to Shim. And she gets it across the timeline against Stallworth. Going to Hollander. Hollander looking. Hands it off Shim. Now Lee. Takes the shot for 2. And it's good! Lindsay Lee from the top of the circle. Top of the key. And she makes it 21-12. Falcons by 9 now as Stallworth takes it. Over to Cloninger. Hands it off to Ware. Goes to the corner, and that's good for mid-range for Wandersea. So it's 21-14, and now the Seawolves going and playing some full-court defense here. Lee to Hollander. That's how they get it across the timeline. Hollander. She's got to find somebody. Hands it off to Shim. And dangerous pass for Lee, and it's out of bounds. Untouched off the Falcons. And now you've got McNair, Goo, and you've also got Lange in. It's very fascinating to see the Seawolves make their substitutions in the fashion that they do. They basically make them like their hockey line changes. Of course, the Seawolves, as it is, they only have 11 players listed on their roster. So far, 10 have played. So maybe that's the way Ryan McCarthy, their head coach, feels, as if they have to do it to keep the energy up. Just have 5 people come in and out of the game or close to it at the same time. We get a foul here. It's on Julia Haining on the shot attempt by Goo, and that's going to be Haining's first on the Falcons in this quarter. Free throw time. First shot by Goo is up and no good. It goes off the back iron. Goo, a 5'10 sophomore from Daly City, California. As we see Rachel Shim exit the game, I should say, and Jaylee Albert comes back in. Goo to the line, one more shot, and that's up and good, and that makes it 21-15. Seawolves within 6. Here's Albert with the ball. In the backcourt, being trapped by 2 defenders. She's got to get the ball out of her hand. She does. To Lee, pass is tipped, and a 10-second violation is called on the Falcons. So a great job by the Seawolves to trap the Falcons in the backcourt and cause the turnover. And now the inbounds will come here for the Seawolves from underneath the hoop. Saw the Seawolves warm-up sweatshirts or hoodies, and on the back of them they all said Mayhem on the back. Well, we saw a little bit of mayhem on the defensive side there. 3-pointer from the corner, no good for Thompson. Rebound going to Albert. Back the other way we go. And here comes Lee. Lee to Albert. And Jay Lee will go to Lindsay Lee. Hands it off to Albert. Albert, Evans. Left corner now, Hollander. Evans for 3. Open look. Good from deep. Riley Evans hits it. And the Falcons lead it by 9, 24-15. Biggest lead of the quarter. That matches their biggest lead of the quarter here that they've had. And now here comes Goo. Creeps in, gives it over to McNair in the corner, coming in along the baseline. Now kicks it back out to Goo, over to Lange. Lange fakes the pass left, now comes into the right against Hollander. No good. Rebound Evans. Falcons in transition. Hollander now to Albert, over to Lee. Haining. Passes left. Evans. Lee. Looking for somebody. Going to Haining. hands it off a little too far, but Evans got it, Lee got it anyway, and that pass tipped, and that's stolen by Gu as she steals it from Hollander. Layup is going to be no good with the left hand. Hayting trying to get the rebound, and it's out of bounds off the Seawolves, and the Falcons will take it. And now 4 new subs come in for Anchorage here. Ware is in. Cloninger is in. And you also have Hurley in and Stallworth in for Thompson, Lange, Gu, and McNair. Erica Pagano also in for the Falcons. She checks in for Julia Haney. And the Falcons with a turnover here off the inbounding play. Tough break for them. So inbounds here for Sydney Stallworth and the Seawolves as she goes to Cloninger. Shot from deep is good from the top of the circle. So Cloninger cashes in there for 3 points. Assist to Stallworth, and that makes it 24-18. Falcons still up 6. Bouncer here to Albert. Goes to Pagano. Back to Albert. Albert, right side. Going to Pagano. Hands off McPhee. Shot from the left side. Lee, no good from deep, and the rebound into the hands of Cloninger. Whistle here, and we're going to get a foul on the Falcons. So the Seawolves starting to show a couple more signs of life here. Not that they've played badly in this game. Falcons have just played a little bit better than they have. Second foul on the Falcons in this quarter. First overall on Pagano is the call on the court. 2 fouls now here in the second quarter on SPU. 1 so far on the Seawolves. Stallworth with the ball. She gives it to Cloninger. Now gives it to Ware, who shoots the 3. No good. Rebound to Lee. Here come the Falcons now. Outlet pass caught McPhee. McPhee lost the ball, and she gets it back in the corner, being guarded by Cloninger now. Gives it up to Albert, kicks out Lee, and now it's going to Albert after she gets it back from Pagano, and now here comes McPhee. Kicks it out from mid-range, and Albert for 3, no good. Rebound tipped, out of bounds. Stallworth tried to tip it to a teammate, but she couldn't really do it. So the Falcons keep it. Fresh 30 seconds for them. Timeout on the floor. Timeout Falcons is the call. That's the announcement. And the score right now, 3 timeouts remaining for each team, by the way. Score right now, Falcons 24, Seawolves 18 with 5:34 left till halftime. Inbounds pass coming up here for the Falcons. 5:34 left till halftime. Score is 24-18. Falcons up by 6 as Albert has it. As we approach halftime, here's Pagano. Posts up, turnaround, right hand good against Wandersea inside. And the Falcons are up by 8. 26-18. Stallworth has it now against McPhee. Passes left to Cloninger. Now Cloninger is going to hand it off to Caitlin Hurley. Hurley heading to the right against Lee. She hands it off to Ware. Ware kicks it out. 3-pointer on the way. It's going to rim in. A friendly bounce for Cloninger, and that gets the Seawolves within 5. And there's a feel-good moment for them as they try to come back here and get the lead before halftime. Falcons hoping to prevent that, obviously, from happening as Albert takes it. Albert finds McPhee left side. And from the corner, Hollander, good. It's a 2, and the Falcons lead it by 7, 28-21. Courtney Hollander puts it in, and now here's Stallworth. Stallworth heading right, 19 to shoot. Passes left, three-pointer on the way. Rims out for Cloninger. Loose ball, grabbed by Albert along the baseline. Underhands now to McPhee. Finds Lee. Over to Hollander. Shoots the three while she has it. Good in transition! Courtney Hollander hits it. Falcons by double digits. 31-21. What a first half for SPU. They look more than ready to play right now against this Seawolf team. And now Stallworth with it. Stallworth. Got to find somebody. Whistle. Timeout Seawolves with 3:45 to play in the first half. Falcons by 10, 31-21. We'll be back. Following the 30-second timeout, we pick up the action here. Seawolves will inbound. Falcons have had the lead for the entire game, just about 97.5% of it. Seawolves have never led, and this is the biggest lead that the Falcons have had so far in this game at 10 points. So we get a foul here. McNair going up along the baseline for a shot. She gets hit. Foul this time on McPhee, her first. Team's third, and we'll watch McNair go to the line here for 2. And the first shot by the southpaw up and good. McNair is 667 free throw shooter on the years, 32 of 48 overall. Second free throw no good. Rebound going to McPhee. Back the other way we go. Jordan hustling in transition. She gets it to Hollander. Now it's Shim. Shim will take it. And she passes left side to Albert. Albert finding Shim. Right side. She's going to go to McPhee. Fakes. Scoops right hand. Can't make it. And Falcons trying to get a jump ball there. As Haining tried to pry it loose from Lange, or at least force a tie-up, but she's going to get called for the foul instead. Or a big pardon, it's McPhee who's called for the foul. That's her second. Team's fourth. McPhee called for the foul. Goo with it. Coming in against McPhee. Kicks out to the right corner. Shot on the way. No good for McNair. Short for 3. Ball out of bounds. Last touch off the Seawolves. Falcons have it. Still up 9 with 3:03 to play in the second quarter. Courtney Hollander will inbound here. And she's going to go to Albert. Jaylee Albert takes it. Albert against McNair. Gets away from her. And she'll bounce it over to Shim. Shim. Left side. Bounces to Haining. Shot on the way. And it's going in and out. Rebound tipped and into the hands of Wandersee. Whistle here in the backcourt. We're going to get a foul on the Falcons. It's number 5 on them. And that means it's a bonus situation for the Seawolves. Foul's going to go on Shim, her first. So free throw time for the Seawolves. 2 shots for them the rest of the way here in the first half. And off to the line is Wandersee. Wandersee with Lindsay Lee and Erica Pagano waiting to come in for the Falcons. Misses the first free throw. Lee and Pagano in. Albert and Hollander out for the time being. Second free throw coming. It's going to be up and it's going to be good. Was indecisive for a moment there about what it wanted to do. Was it going to go in or not? But it went in. And now we get a blocking foul near the sideline, looks like by McNair there. And that's going to be her first personal foul. Team's second of the quarter with 2:40 to play. Seawolves trying to make anything happen in the backcourt. They've already forced a 10-second violation in this game in the backcourt, but not much more. And now Haining driving left, throws it straight up in the air with the right hand, no good, but McPhee is there with the rebound. Here's Shim. Goes to the left side, and that's picked off. McPhee threw it right to Wandersea. Now McNair in transition. Whistle here. She walked. Third traveling violation on the Seawolves in this half. As Cloninger comes in for the Seawolves, along with Voliva. And it's Voliva and Cloninger in for the Seawolves. For Lange and Wandersea. For the Falcons, Riley Evans checking in for Jordan McPhee. Here's Shim. She gets the pass away from Gu. And now here is Haining, hands it off to Lee, who then goes to Evans. Evans left side, passes to the right corner or near it with Lee. Passes width of the court. Haining got it. Now she's trapped in the corner. After getting the pass from Evans, they call a tie-up. The arrow favors the Falcons, but only 3 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. As Roderica Ware checks in for the Seawolves, she comes in for McNair. 3 seconds to shoot for SPU. And it looks like it's Riley Evans who inbounds from the baseline here. Got to get away in 5 seconds or less. And well, now they're going to do the inbound pass again. Whistle it ready for play. Here's Haining over to Pagano. Has to shoot it now. She does, and she misses the three. Rebound in the corner. Seawolves save it. It's saved over to Cloninger. Nice play by Gu to hustle in and get the loose ball. And now here's Gu in the front court. Over to Cloninger. Hands it off to the right. Ware coming in along the baseline. Hits it. Seawolves within 6. 31-25. A minute 24 left till halftime. Falcons trying to hang on to this lead as Haining with it. Over to Evans. Evans passes left. Shim gave it to Haining, and that one's picked off. It's picked off by Cloninger, and then she'll give it to Voliva, and then she hands it back to Gu. Gu with a minute left. Gu heading right, 17 to shoot. And now the three is good. Hitting it from deep was Cloninger, the 6-foot senior from Kamaya, Idaho, and it's a 3-point game. 43 seconds left until half. Shim hustling. Screen set by Haining. Shim has a chance. Goes in along that left side and then lays it in with a right hand, and the Falcons lead it by 5. 33-28. This may be the last possession for the Seawolves in this half. Here's Gu over to Cloninger, right side. Finds Thompson. Thompson, after a little hesitation, hands it off. And Gu to Cloninger to Ware is how it goes. Left side, 7 to shoot. Shot from the perimeter, no good. Rebound to Evans. 7 seconds left in the half and counting. Here's Evans. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Evans coming in, gets it away. No good on the layup. Shot from a little bit of an awkward angle. Good transition defense by the Seawolves there to close the first half. And that's how it ends. Good first half for the Falcons. But the Seawolves, they're still hanging in there. They're going to go into halftime. They're going to make their adjustments. They trailed at halftime against St. Martin's the other day, for what it's worth. The Seawolves, they trailed 31-28 at the half, but then they began the third quarter on a 10-0 run to come back and beat the Saints in that game. And they'll hope to do the same thing here in Seattle, down 33-28. So we'll take about a 11-minute and change break in our coverage, and then we'll come back for some SPU sports news and then some halftime stats as we get ready for the start of the second half between the Falcons and the Seawolves. Well, getting set to start the second half between the SPU women and Alaska Anchorage, number 4 ranked team in Division II. Falcons looking for a little bit of an upset here. They are up 33-28 over the Seawolves. The visiting Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, 16-1 overall record, 9-0 in the GNAC. They've won 33 straight games within the GNAC. Their average margin of victory in the GNAC is 16.56. Falcons looking to put an end to all of that here tonight, along with the fact that the Seawolves have beaten SPU 11 straight times. Tom Giulianella back here with you. Let's take a look at some other SPU sports news while we have a second here. Freshman Mary Zimmerman was SPU's top scorer on 3 of the 4 events, but SPU's gymnastics team finished 4th in a quad meet at Boise State, scoring 186.875 points. Zimmerman had a 9.725 on the vault, 9.50 on the uneven bars, and a 9.65 on the balance beam. Itzia San Roman matched Zimmerman on the vault at 9.725. The Falcons are back home next Friday, January the 26th, against Lindenwood and Wisconsin Eau Claire at 7 p.m. right here in Brome Pavilion. Coleman Wooten poured in 21 points, and Gavin Long had 16, hitting all 9 of his free throws as the Falcon men overcame a 9-point first-half deficit on Thursday night and beat Montana State Billings 98-87. SPU is off tonight and returns to action next Thursday at Simon Fraser at 7 p.m. The SPU women play their next 4 games on the road, beginning next Tuesday at St. Martin's at 7 p.m. The next home game is Thursday, February 8th against Simon Fraser at 7 p.m. And finally, the indoor track team has this weekend off from competition. They're back at it next Friday and Saturday, January 26th and 27th, in the UW Invitational over at Dempsey Indoor on the University of Washington campus. On Friday the 26th, the women's pentathlon begins at 1:30 p.m. and the rest of the meet starts at 4:30. On Saturday the 27th, competition starts at 9 a.m. And a reminder, fans, all the latest news on Seattle Pacific Athletics is just a click away at newly renovated SPUFalcons.com. Get all the Falcon sports news that you can't get anywhere else on the day it happens at that new website, SPUFalcons.com. Leading scorers for the Falcons in the first half. Courtney Hollander had 11. Rachel Shim right behind her with 7. Riley Evans at 5, coming in off the bench. For the Seawolves, Cloninger had 9. Wandersea had 6. Next closest were McNair and Gu with 3. Team stats for both teams. Falcons went 14 of 28 from the field, good for 50%. Seawolves 10 of 24, 41.7%. Falcons 3 of 7 from three-point land. Seawolves 4 of 11. Falcons out-rebounded the Seawolves 17-12. And the Falcons have never trailed in this game. They've led for 19 minutes, 36 seconds. And that's good for 98% of this game. Falcons losing the turnover battle, but not by much, 11-10. This game not over yet, though. Not by a long shot. And sure enough, the Seawolves hit their first follow-up opportunity of the second half as Wandersea got the rebound, and then they scored, and then we get a turnover just like that. And the Seawolves get right back at the end of their bench. And that really energizes them. Just like that. Now here is Thompson for the tie. After faking it, she misses off the back iron. Rebound almost retrieved by Wandersea. And now we're going to get a foul. The foul is going to go on Julia Haney. That'll be her second foul, first team foul of the quarter. Falcons in the white, going from left to right on your screen. Offensively, Seawolves wearing the black, going from right to left. And here we go with the inbounds. They threw it up inside, intended for Wandersea, but it was picked off by Hollander. Now here comes Shim. Shim with the ball. After slipping there was McNair in the backcourt on the Seawolves side. Shim for 3. Hit it from the top of the circle. Falcons lead it 36-30. And the Falcons now up by 6 once again here as Gu takes it. Going to the right. Blocked away. Stripped out by Lee and then stolen. And she'll bounce it over to Shim. Rachel Shim with it right side. Shim is going to work it over to McPhee. Now Hollander, top of the circle. Hands it off to Shim. McPhee. 7 to shoot, stolen away, and then a reach-in foul. Gu had a chance at a breakaway, but the foul is called on Lee. Lindsay Lee called for the foul there. Second of the quarter on the Falcons, second on Lee overall, after Gu had the steal and the breakaway chance taken away from her. And now Gu with it. Off the inbounds from Cloninger. She gives it to McNair. McNair mid-range, kicks it out, and three-pointer from the right side, no good for Cloninger. Rebound Haney. Back the other way, give it now to Shim. Shim. Biding her time. Haney coming in, throws up a runner. That's not even close. Trying to keep it alive. She does along the baseline. Shot clock has not been reset. Shim fakes. Open look for three. Rims out. Rebound Hollander. And the ball's poked free from her out of bounds. With 29 showing on the clock. No foul. Falcons will have to inbound from the baseline with 29 to shoot. And now you've got Ware, Hundley, and Stallworth, it looks like, entering the game for the Seawolves, for Thompson, McNair, and Gu. And there's a three-pointer for the Falcons immediately. Shim hits it. That puts SPU up by 9 right there. And now a quick stoppage in play to fix the net. But the Falcons here in this second half, more or less picking up right where they left off in the first half. Stallworth with it. SPU hunting for an upset against their number 4 team in the polls. Nationally, that is, in Division 2. Wandersea being double-teamed. Falls down, no foul. Good defense there by Hayning and McPhee. As Ware with it. 8 to shoot. Whistle. And she kind of palmed the ball, and the Falcons will have it. Double dribbles the call. And the Falcons will inbound. A turnover for Ware. And now here is Shim. Shim to Lee. She's going to find McPhee. Top of the circle, heading left. 18 to shoot. Lee for 3, no good. Rebound into the hands of Ware. Ware. And from the paint and shooting and then having feet get tangled there was Wandersea. And I think this is going to be a shooting foul. It's going to go on the Falcons with 7:14 to go in the quarter. And the foul here will be announced and called on Lindsay Lee, and that's her third. And the first free throw up and good for Wandersea. And now Albert's going to check out of the game, or Jaylee Albert's going to check in the game, I should say. Lindsay Lee is out with her 3 fouls. Lee not too happy about it. She talks to Julie Heisey on the sideline, and the Falcons get the rebound off the missed second free throw, and in transition, McPhee can't make the layup, trying to get it back. Haining gets the loose ball eventually for the Falcons. Now they work it inside again to McPhee. Lays it in with a left hand. And the Falcons are back up by 10, matching their biggest lead of this contest, 41-31. Stallworth with it. Albert credited with the assist for the Falcons. Stallworth hands it off to Wandersea. Stallworth kicks out to Ware. Ware top of the circle. Goes inside. Layup is going to be for Wandersea. It was no good. But a foul here is going to be called on the Falcons. And it's going to be on Jaylee Albert, and that's her first. Team's fourth. Free throw time. First shot up and good for Wandersea. Substitution time for the Seawolves. Thompson and Lange in. For Cloninger and also Hurley. Second free throw, good. 41-33, Falcons lead by 8. And they got to get this passing in 5 seconds or less. And it is a 5-second violation on the Falcons, so some good backcourt defense there shown by the Seawolves. They forced a 10-second backcourt violation earlier in this game. Now they force a 5-second violation, and they get underneath their basket. Stallworth. High pass, caught by Ware. Ware. Against Shim, driving right, goes up, rims out, rebound tipped, back into the hands of Thompson. Thompson, short handoff, Stallworth, into the corner, shot for three, no good for Ware. Loose ball picked up by Shim. Back the other way. Rachel Shim with it. Shim. Albert has it now. And now it's Shim for three, and she hit it again! Rachel Shim from deep, and the Falcons lead it by 11, 44-33. Shim has 16 points for the Falcons. Stallworth now goes over to Wandersee. And left corner, Stallworth, and that's picked off. Haining trying to save it, but it gets into the hands of Wandersee. Now they shoot a three, and it's no good off the back iron for Ware, but the rebound went to Thompson. Ware gets it back. Heading to the right against Shim and McPhee. Whistle here. Offensive foul's the call. Offensive foul, it's called on Ware. And now half of a line change here for the Seawolves. 3 new players in. Looks like Nicole Pickney in for the first time. You also have Gu and Cloninger in, and there's the inbounds to Albert, being trapped instantly in the backcourt, and now along the sideline. It's a tie-up, and the arrow going to the Seawolves. Or the arrow to the Falcons, excuse me. Arrow to the Falcons. Falcons will inbound. Meanwhile, for SPU, you have Pagano in for Haining. Seawolf substitution was Pickney, Gu, and Cloninger in for Ware, Stallworth, and Lange. So the Seawolves now have played all 11 players listed on their roster, with Pickney in the game for the first time. As Shim shoots, and that's no good from just shy of the top of the key, and the rebound to Pickney. Back the other way we go. Nicole Pickney giving it to Cloninger. 3 from the top of the circle, good. Seawolves within 7, hanging tough, 5 minutes left, third quarter. McPhee with the ball. This game not over by a long shot. McPhee over to Albert. And now it's going to be Hollander right side. Shim fakes coming in, has an angle, layup, go with the left hand. Rachel Shim with a shimmy and a shake or two. She's got 18. And now here's Gu. And now here's Thompson, slashes right, hands it off. Wandersee kicks it out. Pickney to Cloninger, left corner Thompson. Now it's Wandersee posting up against Pagano. Pivots, turns, hook shot, no good. Rebound into the hands of Thompson, has an easy layup, but she missed it. Rebound going to McPhee. Back the other way we go. McPhee hands it off to Hollander. Long pass, and Albert wasn't ready for it. She had an open three, but Albert wasn't ready to make the catch in the corner. Timeout on the floor with 4:06 to play, third quarter. Timeout initiated by the officials with under 5 minutes to play. Falcons with 3 timeouts left, Seawolves with 2. 4:06 left, third quarter. Score is 46-36. Falcons by 10. Back in a moment. Getting set to continue on following the under 4-minute timeouts, or under 5-minute timeout, excuse me, here in the third quarter. Score is 46-36. Falcons ahead by 10. Inbounds off the handoff going to Goo. She got it from Cloninger there. Now here's McPhee guarding her near half court. Pass left side. Hands off to Goo. She got back from Cloninger. Now here's Thompson for three, and she hit it. The assist to Goo, and that gets the Seawolves back within 7. Not going away by any stretch. At every moment, it seems like the Falcons may be about to pull away from the Seawolves. The Seawolves just seem to hit a big three. As Albert kind of throws that away, it's kind of kicked and rolled over to Goo, and now in the corner, Pickney for three, no. Rebound tipped into the hands of Pagano. Pagano trapped basically by Goo, but she got to Shim, and now here's Albert. Albert left side, passing to the right, Hollander. Hollander with 19, goes inside McPhee. Inside, Pagano throws it up off the bottom of the backboard and out, rebound Goo. Back the other way, Goo. Front court. Goo directing traffic, giving it to Cloninger. Now she goes left side, and Pickney got it back to Cloninger. Thompson's on the far left right now for the Seawolves, and now this is Goo, 7 to shoot. And now the three-pointer on the way for Thompson, and it's short. The rebound to Shim, and she was held from behind, looked like by Pickney there. That'll be number 2 on the Seawolves in this quarter in terms of fouls. And the first overall on Pickney, who just came into the game for the first time in the second half. Meanwhile, Hurley. Well, hang on. We'll get all the substitutions straightened out for you in just a moment here. Again, the Seawolves with half a line change, about 3 new players coming in for them. Officially, it's McNair, Hurley, and Stallworth in for Thompson, Goo, and Pickney. Falcons doing half of a line change as well. Panning, Lee, and Bennett. Haley Bennett in for the first time for Shim, Albert, and McPhee as Cloninger gets called for the foul, her second. Team's third of the quarter. Inbounds from the baseline. Got to get this in 5 seconds or less, and they go to Bennett. Haley Bennett being trapped by 2, make it 3 Seawolves, but she got to Lee, and now here comes Bennett. Maybe a chance for her in transition. She stops, gives it to Pagano. And now here's Haining. Haining inside. Pagano throws it up. No. Rebound tipped back into the hands of Cloninger. Back the other way we go. Here come the Seawolves. Stallworth fakes the pass, gives it to Cloninger. They go left side. This is now driving right, or thinking about it was Hurley, and now it's back to Cloninger, and that shot not even close for 3. Ball goes out of bounds. Falcons have it with 2:05 remaining in the third quarter. Inbounding pass coming up here. Got to get it away in 5 seconds or less. They do to Hollander, and now here's Lee. Outlet pass caught by Bennett. Bennett backing up. Bennett to Hollander. Bennett. Lee, top of the circle. Going to Haining, right corner. Back to Lee for 3. No. Rebound into the hands of Cloninger. Gets it away from Pagano and Bennett, and now here comes Stallworth. Stallworth front court. Going to Cloninger. McNair wasn't quite ready for it, but she reached up with her left hand and got it. And now here is Wandersee. And a bad pass out of bounds. Hurley couldn't catch it. 90 seconds left, third quarter, timeout, Seawolves. They have just 1 left in their back pocket, so that's kind of an interesting development. You're down by 7 points. This is going to be a close game probably late in the fourth quarter, but they only have 1 timeout left in their back pocket. The Falcons right now up 46-39 with 90 seconds to go, third quarter, and we're back in a moment. All right, a minute 30 left, third quarter. Back in action following the Seawolf timeout. Falcons have 3 timeouts left. Seawolves have 1. And the inbounds pass coming up here, and it goes to McPhee. McPhee in the backcourt. Going to Bennett. Haley Bennett bounces here to Lee. Lee's going to find somebody, anybody. Lindsay Lee near the top of the circle gives it to Haining. Passes tipped by Stallworth, tipped again, and she kind of bats it like a volleyball player, sets it to Cloninger. Cloninger going in transition, no good, gets it back. She may have walked with the ball as she tried to pass it backwards, and Cloninger may have gotten hurt as well. She's a little slow to get up, but she'll hang in there. Shim now back in for the Falcons. She checks in for Bennett. On the Seawolves side, Cloninger, who's kind of hobbling a little bit to the sideline, Lange checks in for her. And now for the Falcons, you have Hollander checking in for Haining. So the inbounds pass coming up here for the Falcons. 1:02 left in the third quarter. Seawolves with just 39 points so far here. Falcons with 46, but it's enough. And now here comes McPhee. It's enough so far, that is. McPhee over to Hollander. It's going to go to Shim. Shim directing traffic. That's a step to the left. Finds McPhee. McPhee coming in. She's going to go kick it out to Shim. Now Lee in the corner for 3. No, it's too far. Hollander gets the rebound, trying to kick it out to Lee. A collision there between her and McNair. No foul. Here's Stallworth with a loose ball in the front court. 3-pointer on the way for Lange. Good. Seawolves within 4. 25 seconds left and counting in the third quarter. Shot clock is off. Quite the turn of events on that play for the Falcons. And now McPhee is fouled in the backcourt by McNair. And McNair kind of grimacing after the play. That's the 4th on the Seawolves in this quarter. The 2nd on McNair. Now Pickney will check in the game. Inbounds pass coming up here goes to Shim. 18 seconds. Clock needs to move, and it did not move, and that's why they stopped the game. 17.5 now reading on the clock, so they got to go back, put some time up, or maybe reduce the time left. Now they put 16 on the clock, and that's what we'll have to start with. Clock needs to start now, and it does, and here is Shim. Shim with it. Shim going to Pagano. Pagano. Right side coming in. McPhee going up. Foul. 4.9 left. 2 shots for the Falcons coming up. Foul that time going on Stallworth. That's her first. Team's 5th, so even if it wasn't a shooting foul, but it was. But even if it wasn't, it's a bonus situation for the Falcons. So 2 free throws here for McPhee. 4.9 seconds left to play in quarter number 3. Here comes McPhee at the line. First shot on the way, up and good. Falcons up 47-42. McPhee now with 5 points following the free throw. Trying to go for 6 right here. Second shot on the way from McPhee is no good off the back. McPhee trying to get the rebound. She does. A save. Hollander gets it off in time. No good off the back iron. And that would have been a 3, and that's the end of the quarter. So the Falcons up by 5 with 1 quarter left, 10 minutes away from a big upset over the Seawolves. Can they finish it off? We'll come back in a moment and find out. It has been a game for defense so far. Falcon defense, more specifically. The Seawolves just 14 of 41 from the field, 34.1%. Also 7 of 22 from three-point land, just 31.8% for them. Getting over and back to start this quarter on Stallworth. Bad play there. And now Hollander will inbound for the Falcons. Falcons also 31 rebounds to 22 for the Seawolves. But they're only up by 5. 10 minutes left as they hunt for a big upset. Let's see if they can do it here in the final 10 minutes. McPhee over to Shim. And she lost the ball, but it squirts over to Lee fortuitously. And now here's McPhee. Open look. Shim takes it. Got it for 3! Rachel Shim hits it for the Falcons. And they lead it by 8. Shim has 21. And now here's Stallworth against McPhee. Stallworth coming in, heading to the left. Open look from mid-range, short mid-range, no. Rebound tipped into the hands of Shim. Back the other way. Here comes McPhee, hustling, in transition. Circles back, and she will, in the right corner or near it, go to Lee. Lee from deep mid-range, up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Shim, but was she out of bounds? She was fouled out of bounds. She was fouled while she was trying to save that ball. And now we get a substitution here. 2 substitutions as Gu and McNair check in for the Seawolves, in for Pickney and Stallworth. Foul here on Stallworth. That was her second. Team's first of the quarter. Now here is Hollander, right corner. Fresh 30 seconds for the Falcons following the foul. Poked away. Gu had it and then lost it out of bounds. Falcons have it. Fresh 30 seconds for them is what they'll get. Even though there was really no change of possession there as far as I could tell, but I guess they say Gu got the steal and then just fumbled it out of bounds. And now here is Shim over to McPhee. McPhee coming in. Goes up, and she can't get lucky, but she does draw the foul, and I think it's going to be a shooting foul as well. The foul that time going on Keon McNair, and that's her third. Second team of the quarter already here. And now to the line is McPhee. She shoots 2. And McPhee is going to miss the first. Wide to the left. She gets another coming up here. McPhee gets one more shot. And it is on the way, and it is good. And the Falcons lead at 51-42. Inbounds pass here. Going to Gu. Working the sideline against McPhee. 9-point lead. Gu. Working inside left hand. No. Rebound into the hands of Shim, and then it's loose on the floor. Still loose. Still loose. They call a tie-up. And the Falcons have the arrow in their favor as Shim and Cloninger got tangled up, and Shim may have gotten hurt a little bit. And that would be a tough loss in this game for the Falcons. Shim with 21 points. She's shooting the ball so well, particularly from deep. She's trying to hang in there and walk this off. And it looks like she's going to stay in the game. Wonder if she hyperextended something trying to go into that pile there for the ball. She's grimacing a little bit near the top of the circle with McPhee standing next to her. But she's going to hang in there and try to tough this one out. But that's certainly one to keep an eye on if she can't continue. And now Shim will check out of the game. Pagano is out along with Shim. And now you've got Haining and McPhee in. Boy, that would be such a tough loss for the Falcons if Shim ultimately cannot continue. She wanted to try, and now a tie-up forced here. Nice job by Cloninger against Albert. And now the Seawolves get it right back. Creating some mayhem in the backcourt. That's what all their warm-up hoodies said on the back. Mayhem. Just one word. And now a whistle. Foul here. And it's going to go on the Falcons, judging by that applause on the Seawolves bench. It's going to go on Haining, her third. Inbounds coming up Goo from the baseline just gives it to Cloninger, hands it off to Goo. Goo right corner Thompson. The whistle blew, and it's going to go back to the Falcons off the foul on the Seawolves. Third on them in the quarter, third on Cloninger. Inbounds pass coming up here with 8:18 to play. Hollander over to McPhee. To Hollander, they beat the trap in the backcourt, gives it to Albert. Outlet pass broken up by Wandersea, and then it goes out of bounds. Falcons keep it with 24 to shoot, and now a timeout on the floor. Looks like Haley Bennett will come in, check in at the scorers table for the Falcons. She'll check in for the Falcons in just a moment here. Timeout called here by the Falcons. They have 2 left, 8:11 to go. And obviously, the big concern right now is the health of Rachel Shim. Big part of the Falcons' success right now, leading them by far with 21 points in this game, including 5 of 6 from three-point land. She's 8 of 10 overall from the field. Also 6 rebounds for her. The next closest Falcon in terms of scoring was, or I should say is, Courtney Hollander with 11. Needless to say, if the Falcons are going to fend off this tough Anchorage team and pull off an upset tonight, they need to have Rachel Shim out there more than likely. She's in the huddle right now, standing up. She's trying to kind of stretch and kick out that left knee, left leg a little bit. At least that's what I can notice from our angle behind the far basket here. I wonder if she hyperextended or twisted her leg as she was going in for a loose ball. It eventually called a tie-up on the floor. Continue on here. Shim's still out for the time being. And now Lindsay Lee will inbound for the Falcons. Haley Bennett in the game. And here is McPhee. Bennett's in for Albert. And now here's Bennett. She gives it to Haining. 17 to shoot. Haining coming in. Kicks out Lee. Here's Bennett. Over to Hollander. Inside. Broken up. Intended for Haining. Another scrum. Tie up. And this time it's going to go to the Falcons. 9 seconds to shoot on the clock. The shot clock with 7:57 to play in the quarter. Falcons trying to add on to this 9-point lead. Haining over to McPhee. 6 seconds to shoot. Now 5, 4. Here's the three-point attempt. It's no good for Hollander that time, and the rebound into the hands of Cloninger. Hand off to Goo. Back the other way. Goo. Front court. And Goo against McPhee. She's going to hand it off to Cloninger. Now passes left to McNair. McNair coming in against Bennett. Passes from one side to the other. And nice job by Haining to reach in. Off the handoff from Goo to Wandersea, but Haining's going to get called for the foul, her 4th. And the Falcons can't believe that call. And now Shim will head back onto the floor for Bennett. You wonder, though, if Haining's going to check out of the game at some point, too. Pagano's at the scores table, but there's no substitution to be had for Haining. Lee does a nice job to break up the pass out of bounds, so that's going to let Pagano come in for Haining. Let her sit, and then the Falcons can bring her back in when they need her. That could kind of be one of those plays that doesn't really show up on the box score, that Lee broken up pass, but maybe it saved Julia Haining. I mean, what if she fouls out in those 5 seconds there? Out of bounds here. Nice job by Hollander on the defensive side along with McPhee. Meanwhile, Rachel Shim in the game. Looks like she's walking okay. Probably not at 100% though. As Cloninger checks out. Lange checks in. And now McNair inbounds for the Seawolves. And she gets it back from Goo. Heading to the right. Kicks it out Lange. Lange coming in against Hollander. Finger roll no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of McPhee. Back the other way. Here comes McPhee. She's going to go to Hollander. 7:05 left to play. McPhee with it. Goes to Lee. Hollander. Pagano. Shim. And now here is McPhee. 8 to shoot. Inside, Pagano, reverse, no. Rebound, out of bounds. Last touch off the Seawolves. Falcons have it with 30 seconds on the shot clock. And now McNair out, Ware in for the Seawolves. Also Valiva in for Wandersea with 6:45 to go. And now Shim will inbound. Shim's got to find somebody. This goes to Hollander. Shot from deep. No good. Would have been a 2, it looks like. And the rebound going to Goo. Back the other way we go. Goo to Ware for 3. And it's no good off the back iron. Rebound. Hollander can't corral it. Goes out of bounds. With 6:32 to go. Seawolves will inbound. Fresh 30 seconds for them. As they try to cut into this 9-point deficit. It's been a very physical game so far. Seawolves have a reputation of being that kind of team, at least defensively, and the Falcons have responded very well. That shot left short by Ware, out of bounds. Last touch off the Seawolves. Falcons have it. Riley Evans checks in for Lee now. And that's on the Falcons side. For the Seawolves side, Hurley checks in for Thompson. 6:22 to go. Fourth quarter. Falcons trying to hang on and also add on to this lead. McPhee working against Ware in the backcourt. She's got to get across the timeline. She does. Inside, Pagano left hand too strong. Rebound, though, gets to Shim. Shim, no good. It had good mobility there. Ball going out of bounds, and I think this is going to be Falcon ball, but no foul. 30 seconds for the Falcons on the shot clock as Evans inbounds from the baseline. And Evans goes to Shim. Again, good mobility shown by her. Good sign for the Falcons. They're going to need her help probably late in this game. Pagano fouled on the way up. She'll go to the line. 2 shots for Erica coming up here with 5:59. Check that. Left to play. 5:59 to go. Now that's the 4th foul in the quarter on the Seawolves. Number 1 on Lange overall. Now Pagano to the line. 2 shots. First shot up and good. Falcons back up by 10. Pagano has 5 points now. Biggest lead for the Falcons in this game has been 11, and they just matched that there with that second free throw by Pagano. 53-42. Seawolves have never led in this game. The Falcons have done surprisingly well given the fact that they've lost 11 straight to this team, as McPhee practically took one to the nose there as that ball gets deflected out of bounds. 18 seconds to shoot. 5:46 left on the game clock, and it can't tick down fast enough for the Falcons. The inbound's coming. Just a matter of moments here. Here's Goo. The 5-second count starts. Goo gives it over to Hurley. Hurley against Evans. Whistle here. And I think we're going to get a foul here. Double foul, I think, is what I heard. Taliva and also Pagano are called for the fouls. Valiva and Pagano, excuse me. That's Valiva's 3rd, Pagano's 2nd. So that's now 3 fouls on the Falcons, 5 on the Seawolves in this quarter. Falcons now in the bonus situation as the 3-point shot is missed there. Falcons get the rebound. It's tipped over to Shim. Tipped over from Pagano, who actually got the rebound. Hurley missed the 3 for the Seawolves. And now here is Shim over to Evans. Evans to Pagano, left corner. 12 to shoot. Working the baseline. Almost lost the ball, but she got to Shim. Now here's Evans for 3. On the way. No good off the back iron. And getting pushed from behind there. Off the loose ball was McPhee. She hops back up after Hurley shoved her down. And that's going to be, for Hurley, her first personal foul. Team's 6th. And it's bonus time for the Falcons off the loose ball foul. 2 shots for McPhee with 5:08 to play. First shot on the way up and good. And that's the Falcons' biggest lead of the night. as Cloninger, Thompson, Pickney, and Wandersea check in for the Seawolves. 4/5 of a line change there for them. Lindsay Lee getting ready to come in for the Falcons. She'll get to come in after this free throw, it looks like. I think Julie Heisey, maybe she wants more substitutions. Carly Ratasha is coming off the bench. This would be her first playing time of the night if she came in. And Ratash is working quickly, and it looks like one of the assistants is looking at Jordan McPhee. Did she hurt herself? Something maybe bleeding, maybe? I don't know. Can't really tell from our vantage point behind the far basket here. And I think the Falcons will be granted a timeout as McPhee goes down to the locker room with 5:08 to go. I think something may have been bleeding for McPhee, and she was asked to go downstairs and clean it up, and now she's back in. So whatever the problem was, they just took care of it. So we get a timeout here called by the Falcons. They have one left. Recap the Seawolves substitutions here really quick. You have Pickney, Wandersea, Cloninger, Thompson in for Lange, Valiva, Ware, and Hurley. And right now you have 5+ fouls, 6 to be more precise, on the Seawolves in this half, or in this quarter, excuse me. And the Falcons have 3 on them. 5:08 left to play. McPhee gets one more free throw. For what it's worth, by the way, the Seawolves still shooting at a rather low pace. 29.8% for them, 14 of 47 from the field. Falcons, by contrast, just shooting 20 of 51, 39.2%. No surprise there, given the reputation the Seawolves have on the defensive end. They came in with an average point margin of plus 16.56 in the GNAC, only one win by single digits in the GNAC, and this is an undefeated team in the conference. But the Falcons holding their end of the bargain defensively as Thompson floats one up, no good. Cloninger the rebound, can't get it to fall. Does draw the foul. We'll see if that's considered a shooting foul with 4:44 to go. Foul on Hollander. That's going to be her first, team's fourth, and it is a shooting foul for Cloninger. And that was the last foul the Falcons had to give, so every Falcon foul from here on out will result in a bonus situation for the Seawolves. One way or another, they'll get free throws. As Cloninger hits the first free throw, Haining in the game with 4 fouls. So Julie Heisey figuring now's the time to bring back her center into the ball game. Final 5 minutes here. Falcons trying to bring this home. The second shot in and out by Cloninger, but I think this is either going to be a foul or a lane violation, and this is going to be a foul. And it's going to be on Haining, and that's going to be her 5th. And Haining's out of the game. That's a tough break for the Falcons. As Hollander comes back in the game, and Julie Heisey just looks dumbfounded by that call. Hollander has to check back in, so the Falcons are going to be without Haining. First free throw up and good in the bonus situation for Wandersea. Meanwhile, for Haining, she ends up finishing with no points in this game in 23 minutes. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 54-45. Here's Evans. Riley Evans working to the front court for the Falcons. After Wandersea hits 2 free throws for the Seawolves. Hollander, Evans in the corner, she got it for 3! Riley Evans hits it. Falcons by 12. Hollander the assist. Evans has 8 points. Big shot there for the Falcons as they try to close this out. And we get a foul here. Foul on the Seawolves. It's going to go on Pickney, her second. And she comes out of the game. McPhee in for Evans on the Falcons side. McNair in for Pinckney on the Seawolves side. Here's McPhee. Slips! And she gets back up okay, but it's a turnover. It's Gu who got the steal. And now loose ball. Bad pass by Cloninger, and Hollander scoops it up for the Falcons. Here comes McPhee. McPhee with it. Near the top of the circle, going to Hollander right side. Now Lee. Shim. Lost the ball. Bad pass. Tipped and stolen by McNair. McNair in transition. Fouled on the way up. She'll shoot 2 with 3:37 left. 2 shots here. As the foul goes on Shim, and that will be her second. And McNair to the line. She shoots 2. First shot coming up here. McNair biding her time. Southpaw hits it. 11-point game. Stallworth checks in for Gu on the Seawolf side. Second shot coming. It's going to be on the way, and it is good. 57-47, 3 minutes 37 left to play. And now here's McPhee over to Shim. Shim with it front court. Shim to McPhee. Right side, heading to the left. Now it's going to be Lee, top of the circle. Going to Shim. McPhee coming in from the corner. Fakes, goes up, block, but a foul. No clean block there for Wandersea. And I believe that's where the foul will come in. Wandersea called for the foul. That's her third. And now 2 shots coming up here for McPhee. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to play. And now here comes McPhee. The first shot on the way for her. Up and good. Falcons by 11. 58-47. And Yasmin Gu checks back in for the Seawolves. As Ryan McCarthy, the Seawolf head coach, scratches his head looking for answers. McPhee misses the second free throw. Here's Cloninger. Hands it off. Gu coming into the middle. Inside, layup, up, no good for Wandersea. Gets it back, and that will be a foul on the Falcons underneath. There's a lot of traffic going for that rebound. Foul's on McPhee. That will be her third. 2 shots coming up here for Wandersea. Or first shot on the way up and good. Yep, it is Wandersea at the line. She makes the first. Seawolves still just below 30% from the field. 14 of 50, 28% for them. 7 of 24 from three-point land. As Riley Evans checks in for Jordan McPhee on the Falcons side. Second free throw no good as Hollander gets the rebound. Here comes Evans. 3 minutes left for the Falcons to hang on. Hollander going to Shim. Shim. And now here is Evans. For the Seawolves, you have Stallworth in for Gu right now, but Gu is at the scorer's table as Evans hits a 3 from the left side. Falcons by 13. Evans has 11. Pagano the assist, and the Falcons closing in on an upset against the number 4 team in Division II. Thompson, McNair, 2:18 left. McNair fakes the shot. She walked with the ball. She went up and down with it basically. As it's going to be Lange in and Gu in for the Falcons. They come in for Cloninger and McNair. Evans. Boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know how fast word gets out in the GNAC, but this result is going to raise a few eyebrows, particularly the way the Falcons have played on defense. Still holding the Seawolves to less than 30% from the field. As Lange fouls Evans there, she kind of trips near midcourt. And Evans to the line, and she hits the first. 62-48, Falcons by 14, their biggest lead of this game. as Evans ends up making the second free throw. Falcons by 15. And it's desperation time for the Seawolves. They got to start hitting some threes, probably. Stallworth for a 2, and that's going to rim out. Nothing's falling for them. Shim the rebound. Here's Hollander. And now Evans. Evans back to Shim. Hollander being harassed near half court by Goo, and now she gives it to Evans. 10 to shoot. Hand off Hollander. Pagano gets it back to Hollander. Right corner with 5. Shim coming in. Shoots from the left side of the free throw line. In and out. Rebound going to Lange. Again, the Seawolves need threes here. Less than 90 seconds to play. They're down 15. They need 3 times 5. And now it's going to be Wandersea posting up right hand. No good against Pagano. Rebound going to Hollander. Back the other way we go. 1:03 to play. Hollander with 1 minute left. Falcons by 16. I thought they were up by 15, but I shortchanged them. It's 16 they're up by as Shim gets fouled near half court with 57.2 to go. Stallworth called for the foul, her third. And what a night for Rachel Shim. 21 points for her. Trying to add on here, and she makes the first. 22 for Shim, 17-point game. As Hurley and Pickney get ready to check in for the Seawolves. Making it an 18-point game. What a night for the SPU Falcons. And what a night particularly on the defensive end. Seawolves shooting 26.9% currently from the field, 14 of 52. The 11-game losing streak for the Falcons against the Seawolves is going to come to an end. The 33-game GNAC winning streak, when you count regular season and GNAC tournament for the Seawolves, is going to come to an end. 23 straight road wins in the GNAC for the Seawolves. That's going to come to an end. And the SPU Falcons are going to pull off an upset against the number 4 ranked in Division II Anchorage Seawolves. This is going to be their last possession of the game. Shim throws it up, no good from mid-range. Rebound tipped. It's loose on the baseline. Lee has it. Scrum now. Walk with the ball. And the Seawolves will have it with 7.2 seconds to play. And what a night for the SPU Falcons as some of the fans here at Royal Brome Pavilion rise to their feet and applaud the effort. What a win for this senior-laden team. A big upset for the Falcons. 18-point win. And they hold the Seawolves to under 50. Seawolves in 14 of 53 from the field. 26.4% is what they came up with. As the Falcons were able to out-defense and out-Seawolf and out-mayhem this Alaska Anchorage team. What a win for this SPU group. A group that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seniors. As the Falcons go to 14-3 overall in the year, 8-2 in the GNAC. They're now 6-1 here at home. Seawolves go down to 16-2 overall, 9-1 in the GNAC. Biggest win in quite a while, I'm sure, for this SPU program. This one, I'm sure, is going to mean a lot to Julie Heisey's team. So that's it here from Royal Brome Pavilion. Falcons win it 66-48 over the Seawolves. Until next time, this is Tom Gillanola saying good night here from Seattle.